Hi, my name is Marck Joseph, and I'm a South Florida family law attorney. And this is what to do if your baby's mother or father is not letting you see your child. What typically comes up in a lot of my consultations is a situation where you have one parent who's withholding or being restrictive of the access that the other parent would have to their child. It can be that the mother is not letting the father of the child see him or her. It could be that the father is refusing the mother time with the children, or it can be a husband and wife who are still married, although living separate places, and either of them are keeping the child away from the other. I would like to start with the situation if a child's mother is keeping away the father and they were unmarried when the child was born. If you've seen my previous video in regards to paternity in Florida, that father has no rights until he actually files a petition to establish paternity. So unfortunately, he doesn't have the right to have that time and access to the child. So in that situation, he must file a petition to determine or establish paternity in the state of Florida. As that paternity process goes through, he can then be granted his paternal rights, which would allow him access to that child. And he can even go to court and request time sharing with that child so that he can have that access. With that access and that court order in place, the mother must allow him time with the child pursuant to the schedule that has been decided by the court or agreed upon by the parties, or she is subject to contempt. Now, let's reverse the situation. Let's say it's the father who's caring for the child and the mother is the one being refused. Although they were still unmarried, the situation is quite different. Because the mother is considered a natural guardian, she's the one with the rights to have access to that child, minus a court order. So if there's a situation in which the father is refusing the time to the mother can just strictly go to court and file what is called an emergency pickup order requesting that child. And the court more than likely will grant that order. Reason being is the father's rights have not yet been established as a matter of law. So technically, he doesn't have a right to have the child and to keep the child away from the mother. This can be very problematic if the father so happens to be raising the child for an extended period of time, and that pickup order may result in the child being a far distance from his school, family that he knows, and his home that he's been familiar with for such a time. So it's very important to understand this nuance in the law. Now, I want to flip it back. Let's say again it's the mother who's restricting time to the father, but the father's already gone to court, established his paternity, and has a court order saying what days and times he will have with his child. If the mother decides to restrict that time, she is considered in contempt of court. If that is the case, the father has a right to file a motion for contempt or enforcement of that parenting plan or court order that gives him his time, take her to court, and if the court finds that she willfully and intentionally is doing so, can hold her in contempt and sanction her amongst a host of other items, including allowing the father more time and make-up time with the minor children or child. And the last example I'll go over is if one or the other parent, while married, although not living with each other, is restricting the other from time with their child. This is a little bit more complicated. Reason being is both parents have rights to the children as the children were born within a marriage. However, if one parent is refusing the other, there is nothing to say that one parent has one right over the other. If this is an issue that's occurring and you can't resolve it with that other party, it is highly suggested you at least file something in court. Unfortunately, that may result in actually filing the dissolution of marriage, maybe sooner than you may want to, but that is one of the more definite ways to ensure that you can get time with your child or children. Obviously, there's a host of other exceptions and situations which can occur. Obviously, not all I can go through in the video. So if you have a specific situation that falls into these three categories, or even if it does, feel free to contact my office and we can sit you down with a consultation and we can discuss it. And if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and check out some other videos to get more information on your family law issues. My name is Marck Joseph. Thank you for watching.